Hello, and welcome to Luxuries Outdated. Today I'm looking at Treasure Island Dizzy. Now, the reason I sound so upset with that is I remember playing this back when I had the Commodore 64, and you'll see in a minute, you'll see. Basically, I'm playing it because as part of the arcade and retro section over at Boards.ie, they're doing a Game of the Week thing. And lovely Megachin has picked Treasure Island. He was the random pick of the week, so he's picked Treasure Island Dizzy. So we'll load it up. Now we're going for the Atari ST version. I had it knocking about in a box here somewhere. Although I've actually gone down the emulated route. I was going to video it, but figured feck it, we'll just emulate. It's easier, but if you want to come around to my house and inspect my discs, you're more than welcome. No, it's not actually a legally binding thing. So let's go and load this up and see how we get on. Just odd noises there. So let's see now. Okay, we're using the lovely automation cracked disc. Because cracked discs are wrong and make baby Jesus cry. But when it comes to emulation, it's easier to get hold of them and easier to actually get them running. So this is loading up. I know it looks like it's not right now, but we're getting the lovely loading screens. So yeah, Treasure Island Dizzy. I think it was the second or no, yeah, it was the second in the Dizzy series. There was about 6 or 7 in the end. Oh, there we go. Basically, the premise of it is you're an egg. You've been stranded for various reasons on a desert island, and you basically have to go find your way off it, and also collect 30 coins as well, which are horribly hidden, and I'll tell you again about that in a few minutes. Let's see if we can start this up. This game, by the way, I've seen this before on lists of, games you can die quickest in. So, let's see, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's see how quickly I can die first of all. And we're dead. Yes, it's got 1 life. You have no energy bars, no power-ups. You have 1 life, basically. Now, this is due to the whole reason that the original Dizzy game had 3 games. 3 games? Had 3 lives. Later ones had an energy bar and lives and bits and bobs. When this was being coded, because of the way the inventory system works, it was possible that you could get yourself in a position where you could end up underwater and leave an item there and not be able to get out of there, basically not be able to get back into the water if you died to get the item, and you'd be stuck. But instead of doing giving people an option to restart, the Oliver brothers, the programmers, basically because they're on a deadline, said feck it, we'll just give the person 1 life. So obviously now there's an inventory system. You go around, you collect things and you use them. So that's the good news. The bad news is that there's a coin there. The bad news is you have very limited control. So if you pick something up, pushing down and pressing the fire button picks things up, pushing down again and pressing the fire button uses them or drops them. Now the problem is, let's see what's here. Don't jump. Ah yes, the joys of hacked games. Yeah, the whole problem with that is that there's certain sections in the game where you're underwater and you have a snorkel, and if you're trying to activate use your items and you pick them up in the wrong order, the only thing you can do is drop them and pick them up again. But the problem is, if you drop them, you will lose your snorkel and die. So again, it's just not really well thought out. Now, the reason I hate this game so much is the jumping is just like, he does this weird rolly leap, and you spend an awful lot of your time, as you'll see in a minute. Oh, there's a hidden coin. You'll spend an awful lot of your time basically making leaps of faith. Just doing that. The jumping is horrible. It's just, he jumps these weird arcs, and it just you spend most of your time literally jumping off screen onto stuff that you can't see. Which with 5 lives wouldn't be too bad, or 3 lives, or 3 lives and an option of picking up some lives, it wouldn't be too bad. But in the case that you've got 1 life, so there's no experimentation. If you get somewhere and you die, then it's back to the start, because it's an old kind of because we're dealing with again with a microcomputer, and there's no saves or anything like that. If you get 2/3 of the way through the game, or nearly at the end of the game, and you die with your 1 life, it's back to the start. It's just horribly unfair. And like I said, the whole reason it's in there is because of a bug, and the programmers were on a deadline. So again, not my favourite here. Now, obviously can't make that jump there. There we go. See, it's a leap of faith, jumping off 1 screen into 1. That wasn't too bad. You could actually see, where you were going. Oh, there's a coin there. This is going to be a rubbish commentary, by the way. It's just me jumping with an egg, jumping up and down and rolling around the screen. The first Dizzy game was pretty good, and there was Fantasy Dizzy and loads of them, Crystal Kingdom Dizzy. There was 6 of them, and the later games actually, the Fantasy Dizzy one I actually really liked. It was huge, and I remember playing it, me and a mate playing through it and spending hours at it. I don't think we finished it, but we got close enough. But again, there's a lives, you've got a couple of lives in it, so it's not just instant death after spending 45 minutes jumping from screen to screen. Okay, let's see if I can get that amazing scroll and see what's on it. No, too far. The one thing about this one is that there's no penalty for, you know, dropping. Later games had a penalty for... Oh, right. There you go. Instant death. That thing that looked a bit like a gate, yet comes down and squashes you. So, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we'll start again. This is it. This is the how people in the 80s and 90s didn't go. I mean, retro gaming is brilliant. You know, I love it to bits, but the one thing that always drove me nuts was that, you know, the lack of a save system in games. And in one sense it was great because your game, you know, it might only have maybe an hour's gameplay, but you have to have a perfect game for an hour to finish it, as opposed to being able to slog through it. But just, you're tearing your hair out. If you got most of the way through this and, you know, basically died, you'd have to restart from scratch. And again, the fact that, no, I don't even think I'm going to make it far enough into this before going insane and tearing my hair out to really show you the inventory system. But if you manage, like I said before, if you manage to manage the inventory system wrong, you'd end up in a situation where you would die underwater horribly and have to restart the whole thing again from scratch. Now, there was a whole little sub-industry of you know, magazines and things would do huge maps. Because, you know, they basically part of the fun of these games, you know, especially the less unfair ones, like Fantasy Dizzy and I think it was Prince of the Yoke Folk as well was another one. Is that, you know, you went around and you drew maps for them. I remember drawing a map for Turkey, just because the maps were huge and there was so much jumping. Will we try for this? Will we try? I'll be driving myself nuts just to see what's on this scroll. Hang on, I could just walk to it. Yay! Well, that was totally worth it. Alright, let's progress. Nope, there's definitely nothing there. Oh, that was the other thing, right? You can't finish the game without getting 30 coins. As you go through the game, you're picking them up, obviously. And if you get to the end of the game, you have to, the whole premise was you were stranded on a treasure island, you were on some sort of cruise, and you annoyed Long John Silver, and he put you on an island. If you eventually escape from all the islands, if you haven't collected 30 coins, a shopkeeper tells you haven't collected 30 coins and you must collect them all before you can complete the game and leave. Which is great, except some of the coins are hidden behind scenery. So you're basically talking about one life, having to make huge leap of faith jumps off screen. Sorry, this game is driving me so nutty I can't even talk. Yeah, and to top it all off, you're trying to find coins that are basically hidden. So, just pain, masochism. I remember people giving out about Demon Souls saying it was hard. It's nothing compared to this. This was probably used in Guantanamo Bay. You know, it's torture. And now I'm just jumping back and forth between screens. Oh, I might actually go back and review Fantasy Dizzy because I really like that. And like I said, it's like this, but it's not as mind-meltingly hard and cripplingly unfair. Now, having said that, you can go back today and replay these with save options, so it makes it slightly less unfair. But will you want it or not is another question. Oh, there's a coin. Well, that was fair, folks. Right, no more of this. I'm going off to play something that doesn't cause my brain hurt. Okay, that's been Luxuries of Data. Sorry, Mr. Megachin, I'm not really a fan of Treasure Island Dizzy. Interesting choice, though. And I'll be curious to see what gets picked next week. Have fun!